The woods can be dense for our acts. The sea can be deep for our diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. Put that together. We can. We will not do fentanyl this time. All right. I haven't seen you all day. What you been doing? Yeah. You've been sleeping all day, probably, huh? Yep. Sleeping. I swear. Welcome. We'll get started here in a minute. I appreciate you being here.
I was speaking.
It's so difficult to do things when cats are. 5:30 meeting today. 5:30 big book study. We're starting over the beginning. We finished we finished working with others, and I think we even went a little too far because it's a beginner's big book study. So I'm thinking, may do that a little different. We'll see. Amber's not going to be here. She has chores. So, all right. Let's go ahead and do introductions and kind of get started. Let's do it. Actually, let's talk about mushrooms for a second. Right? Hi, Ingrid. Hi, Amber. Oh, the two people I texted. Awesome. So, you can do your chores. I'll just talk louder. So, when I see somebody and they post about recovery stuff, okay, which is great. I think it's fine. That's cool. But then moves on to say, okay, check out this. Let's see if I can find it. Ooh, that's not my website. Oh, okay, cool. All right. Let's see if I can find it. I probably won't be able to. Anyway, it talks about how to get help with depression with microdosing. Okay. Then it goes on in there say about how Bill used it and trying to reinforce this. And I tell you something. If you're in the recovery field and you're peddling and you're pushing mushrooms, something's fucking wrong with you. No, that is not a path to recovery. Sorry, it is not. Now, does it work? Yes, it does. But it doesn't work for people that get addicted to things. And that's us. Okay? So, I better not put that in my fucking page. Oh, it's on another insomnia one there. Like, in the 12 steps, they always talk about recovery and not recovered. And I said, no, we are recovered. And, it happens step 10 and stuff. And they wrote back, well, I guess the words are used differently. I'm like, oh, they're okay. All right. So, welcome to Daily Trudge. I'm Dion. Please say hello. There we're done with introductions. Yay. Yay. Why do we go to meetings? All right. Unless you are a newcomer, We do not solve our problems in meetings. Unless you are a newcomer, I am tired of hearing you bitch about your problems in meetings. If you have some time under your belt, 3+ months, you should be talking about the solution. You should be at least at the 4th, 5th step. And when you go to meetings, yes, that is our purpose, to help the newcomer. So when we go to a meeting and we dump our problems and do not talk a solution, we are not helping the newcomer. Okay? AA is not therapy. It's not. Okay? And I am getting a little tired of people talking for 5 minutes about how other people are doing things. I don't care. What are you doing? What is it that you are doing today to make the world a better place? Okay? Dumping at meetings is just rude. Okay? We solve our own problems. Okay? I have to solve my own darn problems. And this is exactly why we don't let newcomers share. For a long time, nope. If you had less than 30 days, you kept your mouth shut. We didn't let you talk, even in open meetings. Okay. So you should feel a little bit nicer, or you should be a little bit nicer about that. Okay. Because newcomers don't know what they're talking about yet. Or they've been treatmentized so much they think they know better. The newcomer doesn't know shit. Okay. When I came into AA the second time, sure, I'd been a drug and alcohol counselor and I had 12 years sobriety, but it didn't mean shit, didn't mean anything until I got sober again, until I got back into recovery. Then I can start utilizing those things again. Okay? We cannot fear getting well. And a lot of people have the fear of getting well. We fear it. We think it's going to make us weak. Problem is, we already are. But we're unwilling to admit it. Okay? So use examples. I statements. I even have to watch myself here, right? Because a lot of times I'll be like, and we need to. And I'm like, no, I need to. Okay? And I switch it. So if we're there to help the newcomer, if we're there to look for responsees, then we should be talking solution. Oh, but I only have 4 months. Slap you upside the head. Okay. So when we say things to ourselves like, I'm still a newcomer, guess what you're going to be? You're going to end up being a newcomer, and you're just going to stay weak. You will. Yeah. Sorry, Amber. Because we have to. Okay. I don't get to go to meetings and dump my bullshit. I got to call a friend, or I leave that for my therapist. Oh, but I don't like therapists. They never help. Well, a therapist can't help the unwilling. They can't. You don't have any magic wand. No, you have to be willing to listen to what they have to say. Yeah. And Amber, you're so close to the truth. It's true. We deal with death. That's our thing here. Yeah. We try and extend alcoholics' lives so that they don't die too soon. We try and reach them before they commit the final act, which is death. Okay. And alcohol drinking for me was just suicide on the installment plan. Bet we knew we were killing ourselves. It's all over. Tell you how bad alcohol is. Don't act like you don't know. You knew. We just chose to ignore it. Okay. But our meetings are there for experience, strength, and hope. In fact, in chapter 5, it talks about how we talk in meetings. You tell what it was like, what happened, and what it's like now. And you do that in 3 to 5 minutes and then shut your fucking mouth. Don't be the, oh, I have another thing to say, because you know what you're not doing? Listening. Okay. I'm taking my time to go there. And I don't know about you, but don't you appreciate it that when you're speaking, other people are listening and not, I don't know how many times I'm talking, I can see the other people and their co-hosts. No. No. I think we've gotten a little lax in our Zoom meetings with the cross talking and the chatting and the things like that, hiding behind things, you know. It's true. All that stuff adds up, you know. You are quoting just straight out of the big book, aren't you, Amber? I'm going to make a big book thumper out of you yet. You watch. And you'll be, yeah. Well, there's just so many cool things in there. These little quick messages that we can have, right? Yeah, so it's cool. No, you're getting there. You haven't been around long enough to be a big book thumper yet. I'm giving you shit, okay? Yeah. What's a big book thumper? Is it a person that has it memorized? No. Oh, it's not. A big book thumper will tell you everything you need is in here. All of our answers are right here. A big book thumper will say, what'd you say? All right. Well, the answer to that one is right here. Okay. We need, be a big book thumper. Okay. This book here has saved millions of lives. Millions. They're not wrong. Millions of people are not wrong. I know I'm not. Neither is Chris or Amber or Ingrid. We're all great examples of how this program should work. Good job. We just had 12 newcomers in our meeting. We must be fucking doing something. Yay. Good job. What we're doing is working. It's working. Good job. It was a year ago when I'm like, it's going to die. If we don't do something, it's going to die. And I went to around to a bunch of meetings. I'm like, all you need to get the fuck back into detox. And then I got on Bridge the Gap. They're like, well, we can't get a hold of blah, blah. I'm like, then I'll connect you. And I connected them with like 2 or 3 more hospitals in minutes. You just got to do it the right way. Say the right things. They're not going to tell you no. They're not allowed to. Did you know that? They're not allowed to turn you away. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We'll see some of you in an hour for the best book club in the world. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Group consciousness. Yeah. Let me guess, it was that Happy Trudgers. If it was that one, I know it was a shit show. We'll talk about it when we log on earlier. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you. Peace out and have the days. Have a day.